So we have team battle happening. DS taking on Radiant Tail, 4v4 Gunslinger. First for us is new member Gaia, going up against Kyonshee for Radiant Tail. Unfortunately, Gaia had to start with a G assist. Bad because he's using Royal Paladins up against Brawlers. Brawlers have a very strong ability to take the field away from the opponent, and it's really painful for Royal Paladins because they don't have much of an ability to get hand. Hurts even more that he had to give up 2 cards with a G assist. When he drove check, he got the Knight of Shield Bash, the 7k unit, which is a 9k attacker, grade 1 of course. At grade 2 he calls Starlight Violinist, which has a Counterblast 1 Soul Blast 1 skill to call a grade 2 from the deck. He can use superior call skills in order to make up for his lack of what the G assist took from him. He also went second, so he will be striding first. And he's trying really hard to kill Yojin. When Legion is performed and you have Yojin on the field, it allows the opponent to automatically take out a front row rear guard without a cost. So he's focusing all of his power and taking it out. And Kyonshee, as a result, focused all his power in keeping it there. He rides Skybeat Dragon and calls Sky Howl Dragon. Sky Howl Dragon is going to retire a front row. Probably going to take out the Knight of Twin Sword. And he does. Knight of Twin Sword, if Gaia does stride at least one time, he'll be able to use the Superior Call of grade 2. Meanwhile, Knight of Black Mantle on Generation Break, it's an 11k attacker who allows a soul charge and unflip if it hits. Between the two, Knight of Twin Swords is more devastating. Gaia takes 2 damage. The hands are about even, but the field is very different. Gaia riding Amatile, the staple ace of his deck. And he's about to stride. Brings out Gobblade. Now, if I were him, I would use Milius in order to get a grade 2 onto the field. And that's exactly what he's doing. With 3 cards in hand, Gobblade doesn't really need to be boosted right now. That's not a main concern. Gobblade attacks first because on hit, he'll be able to call any grade 2 from his deck that he wants. Kyonshee is thinking about guarding, but doesn't. Perfect guard grade 3 and heal trigger. He should heal and he does. He heals one of the perfect guards. So now, if he perfect guards anytime throughout the rest of the match, he'll get an unflip just because he did that. And he gets a grade 2 out as well. Decides to attack that Yajin once more. And he's attacking again. I actually would have liked to see him attack the Vanguard and then call out another grade 2 from the deck that would have attacked the Yajin. He's forced Kyonshee to give up his entire hand to guard that one unit. And to its credit, that's not bad at all. With Skybeat Dragon, it means he's going to retire the entire field in one shot when he does the starter skill like that. Because Skybeat and Brawler Yajin don't have counterblast costs to retire the front row. Fighting Draco Kid has a counterblast cost of 1 to instantly retire something behind something that got retired in the front row. He has one counterblast, and it's all he needs in order to take out the entire field. And that arc is going to gain 9,000 power for it. On the positive side, though, outside of a trigger, Yajin can't attack at all. He attacks with the rear first, which is the strongest of the columns. Kind of surprising that he'd attack with that first. Attacking with the Vanguard, which is about the same in terms of what it takes to guard. And Gaia gets another heal trigger. Very necessary and very important for a situation. If I remember Gaia's hand correctly, he should have the ability to stride. And there was a grade 3 in that twin drive check. Using Gobblade right now would be a really good idea. And that's exactly what he's doing. No, I think it's not what he wanted to do. But it's honestly the best option. To be perfectly honest, that is the better option because he can call 2 units from hand with the break stride skill. He'll get power. They'll both get power. Or whatever he wants can get power, but those are the only 2 rear guards on the field. The ability to get +1 critical isn't going to help in this case, though. I mean, it's going to hit, but he'd have to double critical in order to end it here. He would have been better off using this chance to get more grade 2s from his deck onto the field and get set up for Saint Blow to be the ender. His first check was Knight of Flash, and Knight of Black Mantle, and Knight of Shield Bash. No triggers at all. A heal trigger comes out of there, that makes it even worse. Knight of Flash is a critical trigger. Never mind. So he brought him down to 5 with that, but he lost a heal trigger that could have been used to defend. He does have a perfect guard in hand, though. So the Vanguard shouldn't hit. And now he's using Shotgun Blow Dragon. On Legion, it'll counterblast 2 in order to make the opponent choose 2 units and retire them. Or stall, because Shotgun Blow Dragon's side has more rear guards than the opponent now, it's +1 critical. It's also going to be a 22k attacker, so that's exactly where the perfect guard is going. And Gaia does get an unflip. And you got 2 triggers. A heal trigger and a critical. 21, 31, 36. He barely had enough to guard all that, and I am not surprised. I don't think he unflipped, though. He has access to the Generation Break 2 skill, which gives all units in the front row an extra 5,000 power, including Altamail himself. But considering he doesn't have anything else in the front row right now, it doesn't help him much. He can't stride into Saint Blow and have it be successful because it needs 2 units on the field to be 2 critical. So he decides to call Amatile to the rear guard, which is honestly the best decision. Just utilize the Generation Break 2 skill. Through Generation Break, this is 16,000, but he did double trigger. So he can use 10k and an intercept to make it a 2-pass. And that's exactly what he's doing. No triggers came up, just an 8k vanilla Knight of Twin Sword. This is 23k, another 5k and an intercept, another 10k and an intercept, or a perfect guard. So no matter what the twin drive had entailed, unless it was a double trigger that he gave all the Vanguard, he had the ability to defend it. Unfortunately, both his checks were 5k shield, so he doesn't have enough to guard the Vanguard. He guards the rear. A critical trigger or any kind of trigger could end it. And a draw trigger seals the fate of the match unless a heal appears. If he had gotten a trigger on the second check, it would have been good. But unfortunately, it just didn't happen. Really close match and a good game.